everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an amazing day. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz, aka My Pastel Past, and I do a lot of Animal Crossing content here on YouTube. Today's video is long awaited. It is another villager home decorating, well, I guess the exterior. Today we're working on Ozzy and Pashmina's house. They're not going to be permanent villagers on my island, but I still wanted to make the outside all fancy and nice, so we're going to be speed building the exterior of those. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video, and with that being said, we're going to hop right into the builds. So this part of my island is really awkward to build and decorate because of how squished it is. This is where I have Ozzy and Pashmina's house. Like I said, they're not going to be permanent villagers on this island. I am going to switch them out eventually, but I still wanted to decorate this area and get ready for when I do have other villagers moving in. This is a really squishy area though, because to the left of it is where I have my island entrance. To the bottom of it is where I have Sherb's beach house. To the right of it is where I have the entrance of the canal that leads up to my house and my hotel. And behind it is where I've started a new build, which will be a cafe, and I started that on stream today. So it's a very cramped and crowded area to be working with. And if you are curious in seeing Sherb's beach house and my island entrance speed builds, I'll be sure to put those in the description because it's really cool seeing those and then seeing these later builds, or at least I think it's kind of cool. But for this area, because of how small and cramped it kind of is, I didn't really want to focus on customizing the exterior of the house to fit a certain theme or element, the way I have Sherb's house being specific for like a beach relaxation, almost like its own little private ocean bungalow that you would see in some resorts. So instead for these homes, I focused on making it more of a transition area, meaning that it's transitioning from the entrance to Sherb's house to the canal that leads up to the main hotel. And basically for this, what I'll be doing later on is I'll be customizing the interior of these homes. They'll most likely be something like a salon, a studio. I definitely want to do a daycare in one of these homes. Not sure which one yet, but it allows me the ability to customize the interior and focus on that more instead of the exterior of the home, which is what I really focus when I'm building most of the time. So it'll be really interesting to see later on down the road when I'm eventually able to do the interior of my homes. Now that is going to be a love-hate relationship, because if you know me and you know my building style, I hate doing Happy Home Paradise, but you know what? We gotta do it if we want to decorate the interiors of our homes, so yay. I'll probably end up doing a bunch of that on stream, or maybe even make a few videos of it. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see me decorate some Happy Home Paradise. Islands? Homes? Do I call it an island or a home? Because it's kind of both. Some of those things are its own little island that these villagers get, and it's like, okay, cool. You got your private island here. I see you. But yeah, I also wanted to create a little bit of a pathway from these homes that's going to sneak into the cafe area later, just as a little shortcut almost. So I'm creating this little hidden pathway that's going to be covered by some trees and some other little objects to clutter my island later on. And I did not mean to talk to Ione, but here we are. As you can see, it has been a while since I've talked to my villagers. Oopsies, and there goes my golden shovel. As always, it likes to break and fall apart, unfortunately. One day I'm gonna have to count the amount of shovels and axes I go through when I'm building my islands, but I don't think that day is gonna be today. And of course, my villagers love to hang around when I'm building things. Do you guys have this issue? Because I swear they never ever leave me alone. I love them, but my goodness, they're always around me when I have to build. But for this area, I'm gonna create a little seating area with I want to call it a swing bench, but I don't remember if that's actually what it's called. In between the homes, and then I'm just adding a little bit of nature around the sides. I was also able to incorporate this outdoor bath item, which is something that I've been trying to use more and more often. One thing that I'm really trying to do with this island is challenge myself to use items and different themes and designs that I've never done or used before. And this bath item, for some reason, I've never found a way to use it, so I decided that I wanted to use it as much as possible on this island. Plus, I just kind of like the sound it makes. It's very calming. Much more relaxing than the waterfalls, but don't worry, I won't get into another rant about that. If you do want to hear my rant about waterfalls, feel free to ask me on stream because I will go on and on for hours about how much they annoy me. But I really like how this little area is just kind of cozy and kind of blends in. I really just wanted to make it flow from that entrance into more housing areas. So when it was right around, I believe this is Pashmina's house here, instead of covering it up and putting trees right in front of it and using the bamboo partitions in front of it, I tried to put the higher items or the taller items like this. I think it's called the chevron? That is not what that's called. Sure, I just saw it and I still don't know what it's called, but that little plant tree thing, I pushed that farther back so it doesn't hide the house. Just that way it kind of like gives it a little bit more open space so that as you're walking from the entrance to the housing, it's like, oh my goodness, it opens up into this gorgeous little area. And of course, it wouldn't be a me build if I didn't overuse the party lights, because I'm realizing as I'm editing this voiceover, or well, doing this voiceover, I use 2 of them in the exact same space, like two grid spaces away from each other. I mean, it looks great, but I mean, I've really got to cut down on my use of them. And then I did want to use this wood plank path that I made leading up to it. But unfortunately, I can't make it line up perfectly, so I decided to just not worry about everything being perfectly in the center and just move the swing bench to line up with it instead. And I have also been trying to use the pine tree more and more often. It's another item that just really terrifies me when I'm building. I'm not really sure why, but it's one of those items where I've never really known how to use it or incorporate into my islands. So that's just what I've been trying to do more and more on this one. And I also think it blends in better. I feel like it would have been very odd if I put a giant green palm tree in the middle of my pink core island, which was my last island I did in Animal Crossing. And now it's just putting in the final touches. Like I was saying before, I didn't want anything huge to cover the area that was right next to the houses, so I made sure to use more of the little shrubs that I had, some log stakes, flowers, and then I also incorporated the emperor butterfly model, I think it's called. I have been seeing people use these for years now, and they blow my mind. It's so pretty when they use them, but I've personally been so scared to use them, so this is the first time, or first island I should say, that I've been using them. I've used them in previous builds on this island, but this is the first island where I've actually decided to use models. So I'm very, very happy that I've decided to take a risk and to try something new. And I think it turns out really well. Having that bright blue next to the dark blue flowers, I really like. It just adds a little pop of color. And it also means that there are butterflies all over my island, just in case the one day they don't want to show up. And here it is. This is the final build. It's very small, cozy, and cute, but I hope you all enjoyed it. If you do like this content and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I try to post 3 times a week on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and I try to stream almost every day or whenever I possibly can. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye!